Howdy everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be trying something a little different, but not too different because we've done stuff like this before. And I'm going to call this a little something that's different, the Andrew Cutter Pick of the Week. And basically what I'm going to do in this video, which I'm going to try to do every week, whether or not if that's going to happen is up in the air, but I'm going to try. And what I'm going to do is basically give you guys an overview of how I felt about this week's comics that I picked up. Give you guys my pick of the week, the comic that I enjoyed the most and the comic that I think you guys should pick up the most. Give you guys any general updates about my channel, and also just general comic book updates. Maybe even some other random stuff that is pop culture or just geekish stuff. Or nerdy stuff, or dorky stuff, or whatever you want to call it. This is more or less going to be a video segment to just blog. Plain, flat, and simple. Just a quick blog. And it won't last long. It'll just be maybe a 5-6 minute video. Probably no more than 10, because I'll just be doing quick little snippets here and there. If you guys enjoy this, if you guys like this, let me know. Leave feedback. If you do not like this, let me know. Leave feedback. Based upon how people feel, I may do this every week if I get a chance, or I may not do it, and I might just scrap the idea. But again, it's up to you guys. So give me feedback. So anyways, a look of the comics this week. Now, I already did an individual review for each of these comics. However, let's talk about the week as a whole, and then we'll talk about the comic of the week, the pick of the week, the one that I enjoyed the most. This week, the comics that I got were Action Comics #1, Detective Comics #1, Batgirl #1, all of them are #1, Justice League International, Batwing, and Swamp Thing. So, I believe a total of 6 comics, yes. And on a whole, I felt as though this week turned out very nicely. All the comics were at least at the good range. They were either good or very good. I enjoyed how this relaunch is going. I like the fact that they are trying to pull out the best material they can from the writers, from the artists, and just in general from DC. The stories were fun. There were a few snippets and tidbits that I did have problems with here and there throughout the comics, but for the most part this week was enjoyable, and I thought it was a solid week. If I had to do my comic pick of the week, the comic which I enjoyed the most out of all the comics this week had to be Detective Comics issue #1. It was really kind of a toss-up between this and Batgirl, maybe with Action Comics coming in second, but Detective Comics was just an overall solid issue. It's definitely an issue that's a little bit more darker and probably more on the mature side, so if you're a younger reader, you might find this a little macabre or disturbing, but for the most part, Batman was portrayed well. I liked the new interpretation of the Joker, which really wasn't too new, but it kind of updated the Joker and gave him a little bit more of a threat level. Because, like I said before, in a one-on-one fight, Batman's going to beat the shit out of Joker. But in this, Joker is actually shown to be kind of a competent opponent for Batman in a fighting situation, rather than just a psychopathic murderer. The story was well told, with a nice suspenseful ending, and the art was nice. This is probably going to be my pick of the week, the one that I enjoyed the most. Not probably, this is my pick of the week. It's the one that I enjoyed the most, and if you're going to pick up one comic from this New 52 this week to kind of say, this is the comic that I'm going to get, I would say Detective Comics. Now, that's not to say that the other comics were not good. Action Comics was, for the most part, good. Batgirl was good. Justice League International, Swamp Thing, Batwing, all of them were good. But Batgirl was more or less for older fans and not quite as inviting for newer fans. Swamp Thing is going to be for a certain kind of comic book reader. Justice League International was really good, and I did enjoy that. But it wasn't quite as good as Detective Comics. Action Comics was okay, but I feel as though, as with most of Grant Morrison's work, it's going to play out better in the overall story arc rather than the individual issue. So that's why I didn't put that as my pick of the week. And finally, Batwing was good, but I did have a few problems here and there with it. And like I said, Detective Comics was just an overall good comic. It was solid, it was fun, it was enjoyable. So that was my pick of the weekend. Like I said, on a whole, this week was good. No bad comics at all, in my personal opinion. Few random comic book things. Number one, if you guys have been reading the comics, you might have been noticing the woman from the 52, the new 52, the woman that helped create the new 52, the one from Flashpoint #5, you know, the hoodie girl with the red maroon face with like the lines coming down, and she just looked really liney. If you notice, that woman that was in part of Flashpoint #5, she's been showing up in every single issue of the new 52. Now, I did not buy every issue for this week. However, after rereading my comics, I did notice her in each issue. She's kind of like Where's Waldo in that once you know where she is, she stands out like a sore thumb. However, if you don't know where she is, you might actually have to look for her. I don't know if this is going to be a continuous trend into issue #2s, but I'm sure she's going to show up in every single issue #1. And she's probably just going to be built up for some big crossover event. If you don't feel like going through all your issues again, I'm going to post a link down below for bleedingcool.com, I believe it's called, where they actually show you each and every single panel that she shows up in. Some of them are blatantly obvious, but some of them are hard to find. For example, like the one in Batgirl, or even the one in Detective Comics. Another comic book thing is on Dan DiDio's. His last name is always... Funny thing before we get into this. In contemporary management class, 2 semesters ago, we had to write a letter to a random executive, and I did Dan Didio or however you want to pronounce his last name. I just say Didio. But my teacher looked at it, he goes, "You serious? This is his last name? It sounds like dildo." I feel so bad. But on Dan Didio's Facebook page, I like the last name though. I asked him a question. Are all the Batman costumes previously worn by Batman still in continuity, or are they not? And then he responded, all the costumes with collars are. So what exactly does that mean? Is that just one of Dan's random funny jokes he likes to pull on fans? Or does he actually mean every single Batman costume that has something covering his neck, say, them all, are still considered in continuity in some way? I'll leave that to be up to you guys to decide. I just basically said LOL, oh, so that means all of them? Kind of just joking around. But what do you guys think? All the Batman costumes that have collars are still considered in continuity. Last bit of things before I close up this video is that I do plan on doing one last final set of timeline videos. It seems a little silly to do one of these because we do have this new 52 and continuity has changed. So I decided that the last bit of timeline videos I'm going to do are probably going to be exclusively Batman ones. I may only do one, but I guarantee you that I will be doing one last Batman timeline video. Make note that I will not be doing this video for some time, though. I want to wait until I get all the last comics still from the previous pre-Flashpoint continuity before I actually do the video. That means the Black Mirror, Eye of the Beholder, all the Dick Grayson stuff as well as the Bruce Wayne stuff, and also Batman Inc. and such. So that will happen when, I don't know. You're just going to have to wait and see. But with that said, yes. Overall, good week for comics. Enjoyed the stuff. Really no complaints. Although I do have my ups and downs with the new 52. So far, they're pulling out great work. My pick of the week was Detective Comics issue #1. Check out that link to see where all these Where's Waldo girls are showing up in the comic. And also, what do you think about Dan's response to my question? All the Batman costumes that have collars are still in continuity. Does he mean like polo collars, the pop in the collar, or something just plain covering Batman's neck? What do you guys think? Anyways, with that said, I'm going to end this video here. If you enjoyed this video, if you want me to continue doing videos like this, please let me know and I will try. If you do not like this video and you think it sucks major monkey balls, well, just tell me and then I probably won't do more of these videos. And with that said, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.